What's up, YouTube? This week's video is a fun commission I recently finished. This is a half Venomized Funko. My client gave me a reference pic and asked for half the face to be Venomized with the Venom body and wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. So if you've been following the channel, you know I love doing comic book related customs. I just recently did a really cool Venom commission. Venom's just one of those really cool characters. He's really just fun to create. So sculpting a Venomized piece is a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed this one. And if you love Venom, the Marvel movies, the comic books, or, you know, maybe you just want to avoid the Thanos snap, consider showing some love on this video. Like, comment if you think this is a cool piece or what you would like to see in the future. And maybe consider subbing to the channel if you haven't already. I have a Venom pool custom coming next week, and I have a custom shoe project I'm working on that's going to be themed around one of my favorite Avengers in both the comics and the cinematic universe. So be looking for those really, really soon. And the likes and the comments and everything really just helps fight the algorithms, and you know, my channel's so small and I'm trying to get it out to more people that might be interested in this content as well. So I'm using polymer clay to sculpt out the details. I'll link some tutorials down below if you're interested in making customs for yourself and how to get started with polymer clay. If you saw earlier in the video, I went with a Carnage body. And I did that because the Carnage body is very similar. It has the same shape, the same size and everything as Venom's, but the hand positioning is a little different. It was a little better for showing off the Infinity Gauntlet. That the head just specifically was chosen for this piece to match as best I could to the hairstyle of the reference pic. I was just trying to as accurately capture this for my client as I could. And you can see here I kind of built the outline up. I marked it with like a Sharpie just so I had some guidelines of where I wanted this to go. I wanted it to kind of evenly come across the top and the back of the head, but kind of look like it's oozing over to the other side. And then I just go in and I'm just filling in the little gaps and building around with the polymer clay. Venom just is really cool when it comes to like the textures and stuff. So I did simplify the textures in comparison to my first Venom commission that I did. That one was supposed to be just like a really over the top gnarly like showpiece for my client's custom PC build. But for this one I wanted to simplify it a little because I didn't want it to be too distracting. You know, you want it to look cool like Venomized on one side, but I didn't want it to take away from the other side, if that makes sense. So and for the Infinity Gauntlet I used one of the movie replicas. I think it was like one of the big replica like props that you could buy. I pulled up the pictures of that online and just kind of simplified it for Funko form. The very first Venom Funko I did will actually be the Venom pool one that comes out next week. I started him first, but it took me forever to finish because I had to prioritize the commissions over that one, obviously. So I'm just now getting around to finishing that up and getting the video edited for next week. But the teeth were a little bit of a challenge. I'm glad I had that piece that I was working on the side to kind of practice. So when I got to this piece, it did feel a little more comfortable getting into the mouth, sculpting the mouth, the teeth, the textures, and all of that. So this is like my third Venom piece right here. So I was feeling pretty confident. I think it came out really well. I was really excited to paint this piece. So I basically start out with 2 different color primers. It just made it easy to kind of block everything out and continue planning it. So you'll see black primer is used for, you know, the venomy parts, the symbiote, but then I use gray primer where I need to put color. And I mix up a really bold magenta for the mouth. I really just wanted a nice poppy color so that when I painted some black tendrils pulling over that, that magenta would still pop through really nice. I think it came out really well. But yeah, I love how when you look at, like, especially like really detailed artwork or like footage from like the movie and stuff and the concept art for that, like you just have all those tendrils that are just kind of like pulling, you know, when he opens his mouth, and it's just like, yeah, like pulling and stretching and stuff. Like, it looks really cool. So I did my best to capture that here in the sculpts. I think I might do a couple more of these in the future. Like I said, I do have the shoe customs and a few other things already planned out. So it might be May before you see the Marvel themed shoes, but I'm really excited for those. And maybe you'll see another Venom custom as well. For the Infinity Gauntlet, I had to lay down a lighter tone. When you work with those yellows and golds, they're really transparent. So I mixed in a little white just to cover that primer. And then I kind of built it up. But what you don't see is I wasn't filming when I did the gold. So you'll see it just kind of changes, like it's really gold right now. So that's the final layer. I don't just paint it gold. Like, the gold paint was super transparent as well. So you just kind of have to build up those layers when working with certain colors like that. And then the very final layer is a really thin coat of metallic gold. And then here I'm just finishing up with the hair color and the skin tone to match my reference pic as best as possible here. So these are working in just thin coats of acrylics, obviously. It usually takes about 2 to 3 coats, depending on the colors that you're working with, to get pretty good coverage. And luckily I still had my stencil from the first Venom. I'm just going to hold on to that. That was super handy to just still have. I had the eye and the logo piece for that. But overall, I'm really happy. I think this came out really well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, Venom, just a really fun character. He's super fun to create. So let me know, what other characters would you like to see Venomized? I'm even considering going outside the box and going with something TMNT related. But yeah, more custom videos are coming, time lapses, tutorials, shoe customs, lots of things in the works. 1 video a week, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I hope to catch you on the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.